Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Lydia. I'm joined by my daughter Jillian, and this is Vintage Nectarines. Today we are working on prompt 9, right?
Prompt 10.
Prompt 10?
Yes, we did scraps yesterday.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, so prompt 10, which is thread, and I'm really excited for this prompt. I think I kind of have an idea, like the direction I'm going. I'm not sure where I'm putting it yet, so I will still have to figure that out. But for me, when I think of thread, I'm reminded of, learning how to embroider and cross stitch and crochet and knit from my mom and my great Aunt Marguerite, who my mom affectionately called Annie M because she loved The Wizard of Oz. And so I also think of my own personal journey with yarn and thread, and I owned a business where I hand dyed yarn and designed knitting patterns. So I think I'm gonna take my route kind of the fabric yarn direction, I think. So
I love to sew and I love fashion history, if you have not gathered from previous conversations we have had together. And I have a very special inclusion for today's page,
yes,
which I am really excited to show you guys. But I'm going to go down the sewing route, I'm going to go down the fashion history route with some of my favorite decades, and I believe I'm going to do it on this page right here.
And what's the special thing you're including?
I have hand-cut lace from my prom dress this year.
Yes, and I will insert a picture of the dress that Jillian made. My mother-in-law is an amazing seamstress, just like my mother was, and Jillian has spent lots of time working with Grandma and then also just perfecting it on her own, and she made her own dress for the spring prom this year, and it is stunning. So we'll put a picture in here so everyone can see it. But I love that you're going to include the lace from your dress.
I have tons of it. I also have the thread I used from my dress.
Nice. Very cool.
So we may be sewing things together.
Yeah. Mine, I don't know if it's like really thread, because I don't know that yarn is technically considered thread.
Well,
but
yarn has threads because yarn is a weave.
this is true. So either way, it's what I'm doing. But before we get too far into it, we want to show you our cups. I am using one of my cups that looks like a knitted sweater, and I always just really love this one. I have this, and then I have another handmade one that's kind of a yellow color.
And I'm using the Disneyland patchwork cup because it has all of these stitching lines.
So, all right, I guess I'm going to figure out where I'm putting this.
I'm gonna figure out the rest of my pages because right now all I have is fabric. Because I think it's gonna be really fun. But I think I'm gonna include a lot of floral print because the lace from my dress has actual flowers on it. These are made of chiffon. I think they're really pretty. And we have all of these left, whatever's left in here that I haven't used already. And I have this gorgeous journaling card, which is the same color as the lace I have left.
Yes, I think that will be really pretty.
Now we have to figure out the rest of it. Because who knows? I think I'm also going to take one of the hands off of this fabric and cut it out to make it look like it's holding a sewing needle, because I think it would be fun. I also just love this fabric in general, and maybe including it. This reminds me of the Hamlet by Shakespeare.
To be or not to be, that is the question. Whether it is nobler in the mind. Okay, Julie, I need your opinion. Do I go with this, since my kind of color scheme is this print and this print?
It's Corsati.
Or do I do this that looks like stitched stuff?
I think you might already know my answer.
This one? Okay. That's kind of where I was thinking too, but I wasn't sure. So
I like this because it kind of reminds me of the instructions on a sewing pattern.
so I don't know exactly what I want to do, and I don't really know that all of these things go together, but I have this. Oh, that would be pretty. It looks like stitching.
But it looks like, you know those pants I have? It looks like those.
It does look like those. I have this print, which is another one of the paintings from the art calendar. And this one is actually called The Dressmaking Lesson, and it was painted in 1884. I have that, and then I love this print, which I got from an Etsy shop, which I will link below. But I just love that it's this giant ball of yarn in front of the face. Looks like a head. Yeah. So a lot of the other prints are women wearing the yarn on their head, but I just kind of liked this where it was just covering her face. And then these two things I printed from this book here. It's called Making Number 3 Dots, and this I just thought was fun. It says a verb for keeping warm. So there's embroidery things in here, there are sewing things in here, there is knitting and crochet stuff in here, there's baking stuff, there's collecting.
I wonder if it's like a home ec style.
Yeah, so kind of. It's just all kinds of different hand making things. But these two prints, this says a verb for keeping warm, yarn, fabric, natural dyes, and I just kind of like that, and it's in this whole blue gray scheme that I'm kind of going for. And then this
embroidery pattern.
Yeah, so it's actually just a coloring sheet that somebody drew that's in here. There's two of them, but I liked the pattern itself. And
but it does look
like an embroidery pattern
because you would do knots here.
So I thought that would be kind of like a fun background thing. I do have my business logo on this, which was a yarn ball tag, so I might use this as my journaling card. I don't know. And then I also have these beautiful handmade buttons that my friend Amber, who owns Maker's Haven, made, and I might include them, as well as this piece of fabric that she hand dyed. I might put some of that on there as well. And then I also just have some other fabrics that she gave me in a swap, and I just kind of liked the colors of them. So I really have no idea exactly what I'm doing, but
yeah. I'm in here looking for like, that's so pretty.
It is very pretty.
I might cut that out. We're just going with things, guys, because there is no plan.
Pretty much.
We've stopped planning things.
I mean, I guess I've planned to the extent of I like have a general idea and like color scheme, but
my entire book has a color scheme. We're just going off that. Which is why all of the pages end up looking similar. I apologize if that's boring for you guys. It's just how my color palette is, because I'm using all of the colors in my personal color
I
palette.
do not think anyone has been bored. Everyone seems to really be enjoying the pages. So thank you again for all of the very sweet comments that we've been getting. perfect edge, but I think it's too long, and I want to keep some of the music paper, so we're just going to rip it a little bit shorter. There. Okay, now I have a little bit of the music. Not that the music has anything to do with anything, but
You like it, that's
I
all
do.
that matters.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell this is just my natural state?
Mm-hmm. You're very good at the sewing part. I am not as good at it. My sewing yesterday was pretty comical, actually.
I got a kick out of it.
I know you did.
Because I'm sitting here, like, I don't want to correct her, but I'm also like, that's not how you do that.
She was very kind, though, and didn't tell me I was doing it wrong.
No.
So,
I just sat back and waited for her to figure it out on her own.
this and slide in just like that. Perfect. Okay. Yay!
It worked. It worked, it worked. You sounded like Snow White there for a minute.
I did?
Yeah.
I like Snow White as a princess, so that works. I've apparently decided that the sewing pattern just needs to be on all of the things because I'm gluing it to something else. I don't know. What do you think?
Yes.
Do it?
Yes.
Okay.
Just use, wait. Use up here where there's the big open space so you don't get any of the words in the way.
I kind of liked having some of the words, though. I thought it looked kind of neat having... Oh, I could do this one because I like... The words that I like are those right there. The seam allowed. This says hem allowed, and I could do that one, I guess.
Yeah.
And then the rest of it's all just blank. What about that?
Yeah, I like that. That's cute. Is it going to be your journaling card? Looks like a spider web.
I know, right?
Mm-hmm.
I can't decide if I want to use it. I kind of do, but I also don't know. So, I don't think I'm going to use this beautiful picture. Okay, so I'm gonna put this up here. I need your opinion. Should I put this? Should I put this here?
Oh, that's cute. It looks like a ball of yarn. Or a sheep. It looks like a sheep. Give it a face.
Good. That would be cute. So yes, put it there?
Yes.
Okay.
Give it a face.
Cute.
I mean, he needs little legs.
I know, I'll give him little legs after I put him on there. Okay, so see, but
Perfect. It's perfect, Mom.
so this goes in here. Like so. So make sure that doesn't attach. Oh, that will be there. And this little guy is gonna be here. Wait for me, I've got little legs.
I did it so that the skirts are still
Cute.
dress one. I'm gonna do a little Victorian bustle moment with this one, I think. And then this one was 18th century, so it's the big actual ball gown shape. And I think I might do an Edwardian lace gown with this one, so I'll do the super high collared straight line dresses.
So I was thinking about charms for today, and I have all of these like stitch markers that I used to use on my knitting projects and stuff. So I think I'm gonna try and find a stitch marker for my charm today.
But I've made little paper doll dresses and I used to do this all the time with my grandma, because this is the first sewing project she taught me to do. She taught me how to make little fabric dresses for paper dolls.
I think I might use this because it's a heart that I crocheted out of yarn that I dyed and a pattern, and then I used that yarn to knit a pattern that I designed, and you are actually wearing the shawl in a photo for the design page.
Oh yes, I was. I modeled for Mom multiple times.
I'm actually gonna put the picture of you wearing it, and I do think that that's gonna be my charm for today.
I was so little when we did that. So was Emma, because Emma and I used to model all of your knit patterns.
Yep.
Okay. Final dress, hopefully. Because of the way I'm doing this one, you guys can actually see it on camera. Let's try this. I'm doing the big one on camera because hopefully maybe it'll be easier for you guys to see. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a giant square of tissue paper And if you've ever made a circle skirt, you'll know how to do this, but I'll show you. Take your square of whatever material and you fold it on one edge to make a corner, and then you fold it again to make another corner, and you clip along this edge, kind of like if you're making a snowflake. Works out the same way. Then you clip this edge flat. When you open it up, you get a circle.
Yeah.
And this is how I've been making all of the skirts. Walking skirt style. All of my corsets are drawn to look like they're twisted so that you can have the skirts. So we have a little walking skirt. So I'm going to do a little high collar sleeve moment. So I'm going to do the collar out of the lace. There.
Jelly bean. You've got a dress form, scissors, a hanger, or the thread. We finished another one, and I love them. This is so freaking pretty. I love it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
We ended up letting you do some things off camera because Mom was almost done and I hadn't even finished sewing.
Yeah, this took her quite a while to sew those back on, which is really comical because
I cut them all off.
she cut them all off to put them onto her dress, and so then she sewed them all back onto this thing for this page.
But it's beautiful. The irony.
Why don't you talk about yours?
I love this because it's so pretty.
I love how you put
I
it on
love the lace. I love it over this because it looks like a pattern. And it's over this too, which also looks like pattern instructions. I have You Are Lovely, create something beautiful, some French word I can't read anymore. Inside here, I have my journaling card, which I have yet to journal on. It says love and happiness, and then make magic happen. Always remember you are unique. I love all of these. Another journaling card, which I'm going to write about the different dresses that I made, because we have 1840s ball gown, Victorian, and Edwardian. So we have different styles here.
Mm-hmm. Very pretty. I love
I also
them
love
too.
that they're all like actually floofy,
Mm-hmm.
so you can play with them.
Mm-hmm.
Because it reminds me of the paper dolls that Grammy had that are mine.
Mm-hmm. So Jillian definitely went the sewing route because that's what she thinks of when she thinks of thread, because she does love to sew. I actually, when I was looking through my patterned stuff, I found a notebook that was yours when you were little, and you talk about why you like crafting. It must have been something you were doing for an English assignment that I had you like just write down what you like about crafting. But in it, you actually talk about wanting to be a seamstress when you grow up. This is mine. As I discussed at the beginning of the video, I went the yarn route because,
And I love it.
because I knit and crochet. I also added some beautiful fabric swatches and these handmade buttons from my friend Amber, who I actually met through the knitting community because she also used to dye yarn and we became friends through that. And so I have that, and I love that it says, you know, a verb for keeping warm. And then over here, Jillian and I made this little sheep.
I saw this. I couldn't not. It was
Yeah.
so cute, but we accidentally made him look like he's crying.
I know, because we used the piece of paper that I tore off of this, which had some patterning on it, and I was just looking at it, and I was like, it kind of looks like he's crying, but he's not. He's a happy
He's
sheep.
smiling.
Mm-hmm. And then this right here, it says adore, to regard with devotion and love, to feel a deep attachment. Adore, adores, adored, adoring, adoration. And I adore fiber arts and the people who I got the love of them from, such as my mom and my great Aunt Marguerite. In the back here, I used my yarn band from my business and put my journaling on the back. So
I also crochet, but I crochet and knit. I am nowhere near the talent of my mother. I can't even crochet a blanket with straight edges, but
that's okay.
I'm learning
Yes.
because I love her.
Yes, I love to crochet and knit. I do both. I crochet mostly blankets and I knit mostly garments. I don't like to knit blankets as much. They take way too long. And I don't necessarily love crocheted garments. So I knit the garments, I crochet the blankets.
Although there is a pair of crochet pants I sent to you that you would
Those are
you
cute.
said you would help me figure
Yes.
out how to make.
And I have seen several people take granny squares and make them into a cardigan, which I think is so cute. And I think I need to do it.
Hey, maybe we can sit down and you can crochet granny squares for a sweater and I can make pants.
There you go.
Because I want to make their crocheted mesh pants that are attached to like solid shorts.
Yes.
Because I need a swimsuit cover up and I thought they would be super cute.
They are really cute. I liked them.
In my color,
Yes.
if you haven't gathered.
And I'm pretty sure I showed this earlier, but I chose this as my,
I didn't show
Charm.
mine though. I
Oh, yeah.
have a little thread bobbin.
yeah.
And it's on there with the same ribbon this is tied with.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I think that's the end of this video. So thank you so much for joining us. We will see you in the next one. I hope you have a wonderful day and that you create something you love. Bye.
Bye.